Hi everyone, we are going to work on project number 3. This is project number 3 here. As you can see, it's the empty tomb, and we use the color yellow to highlight certain parts of the picture where it looks brighter. It looks like he's risen and he's shining, and that it's also morning time. We can tell by the colors that we use that it's no longer dark nighttime or even sunset time. It's early in the morning, and so we are going to get started. You'll need your pencil, your small paintbrush, your large paintbrush, your palette, and your water cup. So we'll start off with sketching our line that'll divide your paper. So you'll start here. This is going to be the line that divides the grass from the sky. So it can be straight, it can be a little curvy, that's up to you. After you draw your line, I'm making it a little bit darker so you can see it. After you draw your line, you're going to draw the empty tomb. So we're going to draw like a curvy looking line up here, and then we're going to draw a line right here. This is going to be the entryway to the tomb, and we're going to go this way. So it almost looks like a door, right? Do you see that here? And then after this, we are going to draw a circle. The circle is going to go around here. And this is the stone that is eventually rolled away, right? So do you see how the stone is right next to the entryway on the tomb? That's what we're going to do, okay? Then you are going to sketch out the cross, okay? Do this very lightly because we may erase it later, okay? So that'll be there. And that's about it. Now we're ready to paint. That was simple, right? Now for painting, we are going to start with, I know that you would say background, right? That's the big area on in this picture. So you're going to go ahead and get your paintbrush ready and dab it in water. And then you are going to pour blue on your palette and white. And if you notice, we're using white because the sky is going to look brighter. So it's a clear sky. It's not a stormy sky. It's not a sunset sky. It's just clear. So we're going to go this way. And if you notice, I have blue and white on my paintbrush. Parents, you are welcome to join blue and white on your paintbrush. So you're going to go back and forth here, paint your sky, get more water if you need to, and then dip in your blue and your yellow. You're going to go back and forth, and you don't want your sky to look the same color blue the whole time. You could actually make it look lighter in some areas. So you could do that. If you need to add more white to your palette, go ahead and add more white to your palette. And you could go back and forth like this. Okay? You see? And it's okay if you go on the grass a little bit. Remember, we're going to go over that part with a different color. And it's okay if you go a little bit into the tomb. Okay? So you go here, back and forth. So it looks like a morning sky, and I'm going to turn on some music for us. So you'll go back and forth here. So we're going to go around the cross here. We'll make that really bright later on. We're going to go back and forth. And back and forth. Okay. And then we're done. You've got your morning sky. After you finish the sky, you are going to work on the grass. The grass is going to include yellow and green. Why are we using the yellow? Because the yellow is going to make certain parts of the grass look like they're highlighted. So they're going to look a little bit brighter, like the sun is shining on it. So you'll dip green and yellow onto your palette if you haven't yet. And you can, if you'd like, you can switch your paintbrush and use your rounder paintbrush, which is your smaller one. So I'm going to use a round one here. And I'm going to get a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow on my paintbrush like this. And then I'm going to start dabbing here on my grass. Now all of you, I know that you remember this technique. What technique am I using when I'm dabbing? Dippin' Dots, right? So we're using the dip and dot technique here. So you're going to dip and dot all the way around here. So you'll do that for the whole grass area. Don't forget to add a little bit of yellow, especially over here. So it looks like it's highlighted. Okay, we're going to go back to this area at the very end because we're going to make it look like it's highlighted around here. We'll put more yellow around this area later. Okay. Now, after you do your Dippin' Dots, you can get a little bit more green. I want you to get just the green. And you're going to go over your line, your pencil line. Easy peasy, right? You already know how to do this. Okay. Now, okay, then we're going to rinse our paintbrush out. And we are going to work on the inside of the tomb. What color do you think is in the inside of the tomb? Yellow, right? Because we're going to make it look like he is risen. So we're going to dip our paintbrush into the yellow. Make sure you don't get green, just yellow. And then we're going to paint here. So we're painting in one direction. Why am I doing yellow first? Why am I using yellow first? Because we are going to use black and white afterwards, and that's black is a stronger color, right? So you're going to use that. We're going to do yellow, and then if we need to go over the yellow, we could go over it with black and white. After you're all done with the door, you are going to paint the cross yellow on top. So paint the cross yellow. And then we are going to rinse our paintbrush. And then we're going to get ready to do our empty tomb. You're going to paint that, or you're going to paint the empty tomb gray. So we'll need white on our palette and a little bit of black. Barely any black. Barely any black. So you'll take a tiny dab of black, mix it in with your white, then you have gray. Okay? You'll have gray, and then you're going to go over that pencil line. Go over your pencil line. And then you're going to start coloring the inside. So make sure when you paint, you don't paint in all sorts of directions. We're going to paint this way. We're going to even curve it. Okay. You could paint over the pencil area that you see on the entryway. Okay. Okay, so you're going around there. So then we're going to paint the stone. Okay, now we're ready for the stone. Just adding a little bit more. Mine was a little bit, I added a little bit more water. Mine was a little bit dry. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to pour a little bit more black if you need to. And we're going to make more gray. But we're going to make a darker gray. Slightly darker gray. This is so that we could see where the stone is. So do you see how it's slightly darker? It's just a circle. It's just a circle. Okay? So there's one big circle. And then you're going to color it in. Color it in. Okay? Do you see how it looks different than the tomb? After you're all finished, we're going to make this side a little bit lighter. How are we going to make it a little bit lighter? How are we going to highlight it? What color do you think we're going to use to highlight it? Yellow, right? If we add just yellow to this part, to this dark gray, we're not going to really see the yellow. So you know what other color we're going to add to the yellow? White. And then we're going to use yellow and white to highlight this part. So you can get a little bit of white on your paintbrush, a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. A little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. A little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. Okay, and then we're going to add it to the stone. It'll look like a backwards moon. Do you see that? Then I'm going to rinse my paintbrush and I'm going to blend the gray and the yellow just a little bit so that this side is lighter. This side has a little bit more yellow. Okay, then I'm going to get a little bit of black, a little tiny bit of black, tiny bit, and I'm going to use that to outline the stone. So you're going to make one circle and then, do you see how it's like up here? So you're going to actually make, it's going to be like half a circle, and then you're going to do one more half a circle. Okay. All right. And that's it. And then you could blend certain parts in if you'd like. So now it's highlighted. If you'd like, make sure you are using your small paintbrush. If you'd like to add a few cracks, you can in your stone, on your stone. You can sort of make little zigzags in your rock with the very tip of your paintbrush, okay? Got it? Okay, then you're going to rinse your paintbrush. And then we are going to move on to the cross. We added yellow, and now we're going to add, if you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. We're going to add gold. Gold also reminds us he's risen. He is risen. He is risen. Okay, and I'm going to go over the yellow. Going to add a little bit more yellow. Okay, and after you're all done with this part, you could add a little bit more yellow and gold around the cross. So I'm going to put one line on the top of the cross going upward, and then I'm going to draw one line on the side of the cross, one line on the other side of the cross, and then one in between these lines, and then another in between these lines. Okay? Got it? All right. And then, oh, last detail. You are going to add a little bit more yellow up here. And I want you to shape it like as if it's highlighted, or as if it's the shape of the door and it's diagonal. So do you see how my yellow is going outward? So it's a little highlighted. All right. And then after you're all done with this part, you have a choice. You can, if you'd like to add 2 angels, you totally can, because remember the 2 angels were there. You can add them using the color white. You can paint a circle, 2 circles for their heads, and then a rectangle, small rectangle going down. And then we're going to draw the arms out, 2 rectangles going outward, right? And then we have like a triangle downward. And then we've got legs, and then like a circle for that part. And then I would like for you to, if you'd like, you can add their wings. Okay? Okay? And if you want to add any other details, you can. Otherwise, we can leave them as they are. We can leave them white. Okay, got it? All right, so here it is. Here it is. Here's the original without the 2 angels. So I hope you had fun and have a happy Easter Resurrection Day. Bye-bye.